All right, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakah, Quadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom and salute to the hopefully elect. So I got a video, I got this off a NASS channel. To the owners of the channel, I'm not making any monetary gain off of this particular video. I just want to use it for edification purposes, so no money is being gained on my part. If anything, I'm just, using part of your video with the Fair Use Act. So I'm not trying to make any monetary gain off of it. So thank you for that. But anyway, to go on with the video, this is I just want to play this video. It's an old video of Baltimore City. It's been remastered and colored. I believe the owner of the video did it. But I just want to make a quick point. It's not major, or it can be major, but I just want to make a point to show you that through time, this for all of the people that say, "Oh, where's the slave ships?" or "Where's the where are all the ships that they used took us back and forth in the cargo slave ships, where we don't see any ships." All right, so let me play this video. And my question is, if you're going to make that argument for these David Holloway, that idiot, or where are all the old cars that you see in this video? You see what I mean? See how crazy that sounds? Let's play the video. I just want to play this video, and that's for, and this going back to the 60s, well, way before I was born, maybe what, 20 something years before I was born. So, where are all the, let's just play the video. Now, I like this scenery. Look at all the old. Now, these cars, if you see any of these cars driven today, right, these would be considered classic cars. Now, back then in the 60s, it was norm for a car to be looking like this. And you got to figure the average person would have, I would say, a 10 to 20-year-old car, right? Because the average citizen is not driving a brand new car. You know what I mean? So if this is the 60s, 1960, the average car on a road would be from the 50s, maybe even the 40s. So we're looking at cars that were built in 1940 and 1950. All right. And I see some that look like they're from the 30s, because people, what we in 2025, I rarely see cars from the 90s. You know what I mean? I see some, but that's considered a classic. I got an older car. My car is considered historical, right? So for all you people that say, where are all the ships? Where are all the ships? Don't you know that they recycle things, recycle, you got a junkyard, shipyard, They break down those boats, old boats like that. What they would do is they break them down, use them for furniture, or use them. It's called a recycling process. You know, if a ship is too old, but I just wanted to make that point on a car tip because it makes sense. You ain't gonna see a lot of cars. The point is when time goes along, things wear out, they get repurposed, recycled, and that is what it is. That's for all the people that say, well, where the slaves? You ain't gonna see no ships. You rarely gonna see ships from 100 years ago, 200 years ago. They make new ships through the process of I'm looking reproduction, mass reproduction, mass recycling. It is what it is, you know. But that's all I want. That was my point, you know, because I looked at it like that's almost the same scenario as cars. When people come up with that argument, well, where are the slave ships? You expect to see ships from 100, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. Come on, man. Like people come up with the most, and I'm not even gonna call an argument ignorant. It's just not. The average person would know we in a first world country that gets product shipped in and out this country day and night. Top product, so-called top product. Yeah, because we're first world country. So you mean to tell me they do got ancient stuff from ancient time, but not in mass production, right? So that's all I wanted to say. I hope this edifies people that had that you got these David Calloway followers that come up with that argument that think they saying something, and it doesn't even make sense, you know. And I saw this, you know, as an example of how you can shut that argument down. Like, even if you could go to the modern day shipyard, I mean, where they produce ships, they gonna laugh at you if you say, the slave trade didn't happen because we don't see any slave ships around. Well, duh, don't you know the slave ships would have been like recycled, because plus they don't even use wood for ships anymore like that. Through modern technology and advancements, they use steel. I mean, you can't get the people who think they're smart, they're actually getting dumber. You know, you actually think that these same companies that made $1 trillion off of the slave trade, you think they're going to still have wooden ships laying around using these wooden ships for and repurposing them? No. Now they might save it for historical evidence. Like we got the U.S. Constellation boat down here in Baltimore in the harbor. Now that was from that was I got a book on that. That actually is from when they most likely they were using that in the slave trade, but they was using that to stop this slave trade, like, you know, human trafficking. They were actually, that was like a Navy ship that was going around, so-called stopping it, which they probably had, they probably weren't involved with it as well. You know, it's crooked as they is today. They was just like that back then, you know. But yeah, you can shut that argument right there. They act like this is not a first world country. They act like the Industrial Revolution didn't come. So why would these wooden slave ships, and they really wasn't slave ships. Like a lot of the ships that were built, yeah, were particularly for slaves, but the majority of the time they used cargo ships to transport us. They were already into export, import, export, you know, these nations were already trading all throughout history. So when they start doing humans, right, they used the same place they would put the cargo or the goods, they put us in that position. You know, that's why if you go to the scriptures, it says they were given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yeah, because they used to trade us as goods, and they would trade us through bargain. Like, hey, I got this barrel of wine. Hey, give me that slave girl, and you can have this barrel of wine. You know what I mean? They had barrels of gallons and gallons of that stuff, all type of stuff, wheat, flour, cotton, all that. So they were cargo ships. They wasn't only trading us; they were trading goods, and we were good. Still is, because we were got a social security number. All right, on the stock market, we were one of the first stock that was traded on when the elite started up their new empire. It was called America. But that's all I wanted to bring to this particular lesson. I hope this was edifying so that it could shut down that crazy argument. But till again, shalom.